Hey guys, D.Bowie here, and this is how to play Weaver now, featuring Fear. While the title may suggest to you that this is the only way of playing the hero, this is probably one of many ways to approach Weaver. With that being said, let's begin. Weaver was a forgotten hero until the end of the last patch, when we started seeing Weaver popular as a support hero, mainly because of Virtus Pro. I am not really sure whether it was intentional or not, but Arteezy also started playing Weaver as a core at about the same time. Before 7.0.0, EG didn't have a lot of success with the hero, but it seems that this patch consolidated Weaver as a top tier pick. In this game, Fear starts with a variation of the starting item build I talked a lot in my last few videos. The change is going for another circlet and getting less regen. Since he's going against a Bat Rider and his first item will be Magic Wand, lack of regen won't be that big of an issue, hopefully. He ends up fighting himself against a Pit Lord, which in the end is not an offlaner with a lot of aggressive power anyways, meaning that lack of regen again won't be an issue. If you pay attention, when the creep waves meet, Pudge was supposed to tank the ranged creep so that Pit Lord doesn't get free advantage in the lane. But since Fear also got a perfect block, it ends up evening out. Also, Pudge was more interested in getting a kill. Look how Pudge decides to go in. He sees Pit Lord pulling the creeps, which usually means he wants to get a last hit, and as soon as he starts committing to the attack animation, Pudge knows he has the best chance until now, and they end up securing a kill. This Pudge deserves a kiss. He catalyzes another kill with this hook. Since Shukuchi cooldown is pretty big in the early levels, pay attention how Arteezy keeps attacking him while Pit Lord doesn't move, and only commits to this kill when he has to go around that path. Also, since Silencer is smart, they don't go through the same path, securing another one, blocking Pit Lord. While Arteezy chases, pay attention in his clicking patterns. See how each click is close to the other one? This minimizes those weird paths that sometimes heroes can take because of Dota pathing system. And when you have high move speed for a short period of time, you don't want to be going to random locations. Okay, so the first thing I want to point out, item build wise, is him going for Aquila, Blightstone, followed by straight Dragonlance. One might wonder why not bother getting at least Brown Boots first in the hero, and the answer is pretty simple, and also why Arteezy can get a solo kill on Underlord right after level 6. At level 4, Shukuchi gives you 550 move speed for 4 seconds with 6 seconds cooldown, meaning that your average move speed at level 7 is 462 move speed if you're using the skill non-stop. So if you have boots, you're not increasing your move speed by 45 effectively, you are actually increasing it by 15. Not only that, you already have so much move speed that any increase is not that big. But I mean, people go for boots eventually, right? The point though is that by using the Brown Boots code in finishing faster Aquila, Blightstone and the Dragonlance components, he also has more DPS comparably. Eventually, when he's level 6, Arteezy tries to go for a solo kill. There are a ton of important points that guarantee this kill. The first point that makes Arteezy dive Underlord is that he committed Firestorm in the creep wave, meaning that it won't be hitting him while he dives the tier 1 tower. Also, pay attention how he retreats after dealing the first Germinate attack to then use Shukuchi through the fog, and even more importantly, he doesn't walk over Underlord with it. He uses the duration to buy time for another Germinate attack proc, while at the same time position himself in a way he can deal a lot of right-click damage on him while Underlord retreats. Pit Lord played this very well, to be honest. He even casted Pit of Malice without turning to be faster. But since the Germinate bug both tower hits for Fear, he can easily dive and get the kill. The no boots approach doesn't stop after Dragonlance, at least it seems like Fear is going Desolator before boots. Part of it could be because his team is doing great, but another benefit of having no boots early and actually mid and late game that I did not mention is him having another slot available. Usually, most heroes can't carry Blightstone and a Mithril Hammer with them because they are already maxed in slots with TP, Boots, Blightstone, Magic Wand, maybe a bottle, and I don't know, another item. And in Weaver's case, the benefit is having all that utility while also having more damage from Mithril Hammer. Usually the item doesn't make that much of a difference, but considering Weaver's skill set and reliance on physical damage, it can make a lot of difference. Skill build wise, there's no secret or major differences to what was already common in the hero. There's been a lot of time and patches since that Slasher's Way video playing Weaver. The Swarm has been buffed over and over again, and with the addition of Blightstone into the game, having the skill can be a major teamfight asset. Germinate attack gets better as your items arrive, so maxing it early doesn't really add that much value, especially considering how the skill scales. The next minutes of the game can seem very unimpressive to you, but try to think what you would be doing in a game like this, when you were ahead. Fear pressured this tower for a long time with no allies with him, never going back to his jungle and always staying close to the enemy's tower, even when he shoved his lane as deep as possible. The first reason he feels so bold is that Weaver, unlike other heroes, is very hard to take down. He is doing well this game, has 1 charges, ult ready, and he really wants to force rotations or punish the tower if they don't. But that's only half the story. Black Hole is on cooldown for a long time after Enigma's double kill. Batrider had a terrible game, so no blink arriving soon, and that means that while the enemy team has to catch up or wait their cooldowns, Arteezy is using his power spike to punish them. Farming would be completely okay, he would maybe even get a faster Desolator if he went from jungle camp to jungle camp, getting every bounty rune available. Item timings are not everything though. After he sees 3 heroes top to kill Silencer, he is even more confident in going for the tier 2. Eventually, Enigma and Shadow Demon show up, but until Black Hole is ready, he doesn't feel threatened at all. And it's not like he just wants to force the tower. When nighttime comes, even when Enigma has ult, he keeps playing really aggressive in that part of the map. He knows Batrider is low on HP and doesn't have Blink yet. Also, Sven doesn't have Blink, and he is probably the only hero Weaver is afraid of. He is very strong at this stage of the game and he keeps looking for pickoffs and trying to force his power spike on the enemy team. He ends up fighting Underlord. He doesn't end up taking the tier 2, but wasted a lot of time for everyone there. Oh, another reason for him staying in that area for a long time instead of roaming the jungle and lane at the same time is the no boots build. As I said, he indeed has a huge move speed if he is using Shukuti non-stop. The problem though is that considering his item build, the only mana regen item he has is Aquila, and it will never support the type of aggressive farming. So he tailors his playstyle in accordance with his item build. Maybe he is not farming as fast as possible, but he is abusing the strong aspects of this particular build he went, while at the same time maintaining healthy HP and mana, and how good of a value point it is early. When he gets level 10, he chooses the extra damage Shukuchi, which feels like the one you would get in games you're even or winning. I mean, extra strength is nice, but he already has over 1.1k HP this game. And when he gets Desolator, he makes a very clever play. People were ignoring that part of the map for the most part because they couldn't deal with Weaver early on. So he TPs to the shrine as the courier delivers the last piece of the Desolator. He heals and then instantly goes with his team, maximizing the next power spike. All of that still without boots, mind you. Look at what happens. His team gets a pickoff before he even gets there, and when he spots an alpha wolf he takes it down, but not without luring the enemy team. And in these scenarios where you're far ahead, while at the same time stronger than seconds before because of a power spike, you really want the enemy team to engage you. Doing these types of things are one of the perfect ways to catalyze that. Fear ends up dying, but I blame Silencer for it. He ends up committing global after Lasso was over, when Dire didn't really have a way of stopping time-lapse. Because of it, Enigma ends up dishing a full duration black hole that ends up killing him. A very interesting aspect of that fight is that even though Fear popped his magic wand very quickly, he dies. I can't say for sure without watching the replay, but it feels like Enigma cancelled Black Hole a tiny little too early to use Malefice unexpectedly on Fear. And since Black Hole lures people towards you now, he doesn't have to turn to cast the skill, eventually killing Fear. Regardless of him dying, since he was so strong and tanky and the enemy team had to commit so much, the result is that his team can reap the benefits of the fight, a tier 2 tower. Well, this wraps up for today. If you enjoyed this video, please guys give it a thumbs up, it helps a lot. If you want to see the extended version of this video, please check the link in the description. And I can't overstate how this video would never be possible without the huge help from the Pugna guys, so please show them some love. Pugna is a platform where you can learn from people like Chessie, Fogged, Slasher, Monib, and get better at the game. They have now great content on 7.0.0, and if you want to raise your MMR, it's a great time. Just figure out the patch faster than others and get those easy wins. And of course, if you enjoy this content, please subscribe to my channel and let's keep learning together. Our spirit feels like initiating again. Even if he landed as low, see how much Underlord can right click at level 1 after getting a kill and some creeps? Kuroki gets another kill, uses Firestorm, but there's no way he can win this fight against so many creeps. He uses the fog to salve, and now that lane creeps don't cancel the regen, Juggernaut gets baited. Blade Fury at level 1 has a pretty big cooldown, and they chase him again with the slow from Pudge, and the